Okay, then, let's go. You know, the last time the University of Port Harcourt stole the headlines for the wrongest of reasons was on October 5, 2012, when 4 students were brutally lynched at Aluu Community there. You remember the so-called Aluu 4. This time, some 15 years after, a dastardly act by a 400-level student of the same institution by the name Damian Okoligwe is making the headlines for the wrongest of reasons too. He allegedly killed his 20-year-old ex-lover for money rituals. The suspect is said to have killed the victim and sacked the body parts of Justina Otuene, a 300-level student of the Department of Biochemistry. Good that the suspect is facing the law, Jide.
Yes, it's a good thing that the long arm of the law has caught up with him. It's terrible that we are in the grip of the great rich syndrome. At this time, young people who are still in school, they want to live the life of luxury and pleasure. They want to walk into a nightclub and turn heads. They want everyone to see them as people who are very rich, people who are comfortable, people who are famous. And for that reason, they would not mind getting involved in money-making rituals. Cultism, 419, you know, advanced free fraud, Yahoo. When you go to our tertiary institutions, they are literally bursting at the seams with boys who are simply into Yahoo business. They don't go to class. All they after is just bribe their teachers and let the society see them as people who have graduated from the university. But when you interrogate them, when you ask questions,
No substance.
the answers will show to you that the school didn't pass through them. They merely passed through the school. You know, it's we all need money. Money is expedient. But we don't have to look for money through crooked means. And when we say that parenting is collapsing in our country, these are the manifestations. Because if you come from a very good home, where you wake up as early as 5 a.m., they tell you to pray. The family gathers in your living room as the father, and you pray to God.
Yeah.
And during that period, people are admonished to maintain good conduct at all times so that they do not tarnish the good name of the family.
Yeah.
How many families are still doing that? The period when I was young, whether while living with my mother's elder sister or with even my own parents, the time that we spent on, just summarizing the word, the Bible passage on the day, the time that we spend on it is usually greater than the time that we spend on prayers. All because they want you to imbibe the right conduct and all that, right
and that was
character.
Parenting.
Yes, good parenting. And when you step out, you always remember that, look, if I step out of line, I will have disappointed my parents. You do not want to disappoint them. These days, many parents don't even care about their children. They don't know what their children are doing. Good parents go into their children's rooms in the dead of night to kind of do parental espionage.
Last minute.
What are they doing? Yes, just check.
Yeah.
That way you know your son that is already smoking, your son...
Because you are likely to catch him in the act.
Yes. Yeah, so parenting is failing rapidly in our country, and that's why we have this kind of situation.
Right. Well, let me tease you a little. We call it deductive reasoning. do you think in 2023 that human body parts can generate money, can make you rich?
For me, I've never, since I was born, I've not seen hard evidence that suggests that human bodies can spiritually be converted to a source of money. Well, I know people sell kidneys and all that, maybe for medical reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of getting some herbalists and then you give them one body and then they turn it to money, I think, to me, something that you cannot prove, that you cannot, I'm not dismissing spirituality, but I'm saying that if human parts is the source of funds that people can make money, is that where America is so rich? Or China? Or Singapore?
Or this South Africa?
Or United Arab Emirates?
The richest
people.
The richest people in the world, list them, both old and young, even in Nigeria. How many of them made their money from
human
body parts? I think, you see, we have a lot of...
It's like telling you that some people can touch you and then your manhood will be gone.
You see, we have a lot of gullible people. You know, the human mind is very fragile. People cannot think deeply. You know, the end of reason. And that's why when you go on Facebook, I saw somebody saying that if you take a bottle of beer, mix it with leaves, and then if you do some incantations, it will bring you good luck. And I saw over 2,000 people responding.
Likes.
Please tell me how will I do it? Then what can I do next? But when you are talking about how to make money through hard work, through patience, through dedication, through honesty, hardly will you see people...
was speaking earlier like an old school.
Yes. Hardly will you see people commenting. And that's why the point raised by Babajide is very important. Our education. There are two forms of education, formal education and informal education. Informal education is, our children, how the way we raise them up. The formal one is the kind of curriculum we use in our primary and secondary schools. In those days, there were books that we read that would, make you a complete human being. We are talking about education with culture. In those days, when they want to pick senior prefect, they will look at the best, no election. But these days, you go to primary schools, they conduct election, people bring gala, they bring a rabena to give to fellow students in order to win election. So you see the way that we find
things have changed.
Some teachers will even tell their students, the teacher is doing birthday, we will levy the students, go and bring money. So primary schools. So we need to go back to addressing, our parentage, the kind of education.
If it is not too late.
I don't think it is too late. It's better than,
not
doing at all.
All right. So I wish the guy well, because a 400-level student should be counting the days he needs to spend at the university.
And the lady killed, just 20 years old.
I don't wish him well at all. If you ask me, don't wish him well.
Well,
I wish him a huge level of opprobrium. I wish him the pain that he has inflicted on the family of this girl. Because this girl used to be his girlfriend. He must have lured her into his closet, knowing that she would be enthralled by the prospect of a reunion and all that, only to harvest her body parts and put the rest in a super sack. That's not the sort of person that
stories like this.
These are perplexing stories. What is the evidence that you can actually make money by harvesting body parts through by making money rituals and all that?
Sometimes
it's just like when we were young. Some people will say, okay, if you like a girl, I can do a ring for you. That ring, you use it to slap a woman on her buttocks. Then she will start following
touch and go.
And then one boy in our neighborhood, after paying somebody 50
5 shillings at the time.
I think 50 kobo at that time.
A lot of money then.
It was a lot of money. They gave him the ring. On the day that I got the ring, he couldn't sleep. He was overwhelmed by desire. The day I will use this ring. So it was the person that he had long coveted that he used the ring to slap a bomb. And the girl turned back, got hold of him, and
give him a whack.
Somebody was supposed to give you a kiss on the lips. You got slaps instead. So how people come to believe that these sort of things work? I wish I understand.
In 2023. Okay.